Good morning. The topic is selection sort. We completed a bubble sort, and one more time, sorting is the process of arranging the elements in a proper order, that is in ascending order or descending order. Now, selection sort. It is an algorithm that selects the smallest element from an unsorted list in each iteration and place that element at the beginning of the unsorted list. See, the name itself says you selection sort. So first we have to select the smallest element in the array and place that element in the starting position of the unsorted array. So if you can place the smallest element at the beginning of the array, then we say that we completed one iteration. Okay, for every iteration or for every completion of one iteration, the smallest element is placed at the beginning of the unsorted array. So after completion of all iterations, we get a sorted array. Next, how selection sort works. How it works? We see one example with an example. First, select the first element as a minimum. See, the unsorted array is 20, 12, 10, 15, 2. We observe the screen clearly. The unsorted array of elements are 20, 12, 10, 15, 2. So our aim is to arrange these elements in a sorted order, whatever it may be. You have to arrange them in ascending order, or you have to arrange them in descending order based upon your requirement or based upon your need. You may to arrange. See here, by using selection sort method, we have to select set the first element as a minimum. See, first the first element is 20, so we feel that 20 is the minimum element in the array. You just assume, right? You have to take, or you have to assume the starting element, the first element, as a minimum element. Select the first element as a minimum element. So now you feel that 20 is the minimum element in the array. And second, compare that minimum element, mean that 20 is compared with the second element. Okay, so 20 is compared with the second element. So if the second element is smaller than minimum, so this 12 is smaller than 20, then minimum assigns the second element as a minimum, right? Hope you understand my point. 20 is compared with 12. Now you feel 20 is the minimum element. 20 is compared with 12. So which one is minimum? 12 is minimum. So change minimum element as from 20 to 12, right? Now the minimum element is 12 and 12 is compared with 10. Which one is minimum? 10. So you change the minimum element is 10 and 10 is compared with 15. Which one is minimum? 10. So there is no need to change. Minimum element is 2, 10. Again 10 is compared with 2. Which one is minimum? 2 is minimum. So until the completion of an array, you have to compare the minimum element. Now at last, at the end of the array, which one contains minimum element? 2. So we have to replace 2 with the starting position, right? 2 is placed in 20th position, right? See here, compare minimum with the third element. The same explanation whatever I said. Compare minimum with the third element. Again, If the third element is smaller, then assign minimum to the third element. Otherwise, do nothing. The process goes on until the last element. So this process is continued until the end of the array. Until the end of the array. See here, this is 20 is compared with 12, right? 12. So this thick green shows the minimum element always. Okay. So now you assume 20 is the minimum, but when we compare with 20 and 12, 12 is the minimum. So we change minimum element as a 12 and compare 12 and 10. Again 12 and 10, which one is the minimum element? 10 is the minimum element. So we have to change minimum element as a 10 and again compare 10 and 15. 10 and 15. So 15 is greater, so there is no need to change, and compare 10 with 2. 10 with 2. So the 2 is the minimum element. So we replace 2 as a minimum. So until the end of the list we completed comparisons, right? So this is called first iteration. We completed first iteration. After completion of first iteration, the smallest element is placed at the last position. Now compare minimum with the remaining elements, right? See, after each iteration, minimum is placed at the front of the unsorted list. So we have to place the second element in first place, right? This is swapping. After swapping, 20 is replaced with 2, and now this 2, 12, 10, 15, 20 list is completed first iteration, but it is not a sorted array, because we just completed first iteration and the smallest element is placed at the beginning of the unsorted list. I mean 2 is placed at its appropriate position, right? Second 2 is the element which is placed at its proper position, right? There is no need of changing the element 2, right? There is a need of changing 12, 10, 15 and 20, right? Next we completed here first iteration. Swap the first with minimum, right? Next, fourth step. See, for each iteration, indexing starts from the first unsorted element. For each iteration we have to compare with the starting element. Step 2, 3 are repeated until all the elements are placed at their correct positions. So this process is repeated until all the elements are placed at their correct positions, because after completion of first iteration we have to place the first smallest element at the beginning of the unsorted list. Like that the remaining elements are also placed at its proper positions or correct positions or appropriate positions. All those are same. Correct positions anna, appropriate positions anna, proper positions anna. Okay, see here you observe. Next all iterations we have to place here 20, 12 and 10 is minimum, 12 is minimum, then 10 is minimum, and 10 and 15 no need, and 2. Next, so 2 and 20 swapping, that is first iteration. So we observe one more time. The first iteration, the 20 is compared with 12. This is unsorted array, so we feel 12 as a minimum. And then second again 12 and 10 are compared, and when we compare 12 and 10, thick blue, we observe thick blue here. thick blue always shows the minimum element in the array 10, so we feel 10 as a minimum. Again 10 is compared with 15 because 15 is greater, so we feel 10 is a minimum. Again 10 is compared with 2, so 2 is the minimum element, and we went to the end of the list. So when we go or went to end of the list, there is a need of swapping with the last element with the first element. So 2 is placed at a starting position of the array, so 2 is placed and 20 is replaced with 2, first iteration. Next, second iteration. So this is after completion of first iteration, the list look like this: 2, 12, 10, 15, 20. See here, 2 is compared with 12 is compared with 10. So 2 is placed its appropriate position. There is no need to compare with 2. 12 is compared with 10. So 10 is minimum. And in second step, 10 is compared with 15. Which one is minimum? 10. So no need to change. And 10 is compared with 20. So 10 is minimum. There is no need to change. So now we have to replace 10 with the second element. First element is already replaced, so 10 and 12 are replaced, swapped, replaced. So 2, 10, 12, 15, 20, right? Next, this is second iteration. 2, 10, 12, 10, 12, 15, 20. Next, third iteration. 2, 10. So 12 you feel it as a minimum because 2 and 10 are placed its appropriate position. 12 and 15 are compared, so 12 is the minimum, and 12 and 20 are compared, and 12 is the minimum. So there is swapping with third position with third position, so there is no need of swapping, already in its appropriate place. So 2, 10, 12, 15, 20. This is third iteration. Next, fourth iteration. 15 is compared with 20. 15 is compared with 20, minimum value, and 15 is the minimum, so you have to already in its appropriate place 15, 20, right? This is fourth iteration. You observe already at a third iteration also the list is in sorted order: 2, 10, 12, 15, 20. But we completed third iteration and we completed fourth iteration also. Because why? Because whenever the array contains 5 elements, there is a need of 4 iterations, whether they may be in sorted order or not. But you doesn't know if there is a chance to complete 4 iterations also, because based upon the list of elements, the maximum number of iterations which require for n number of elements are n minus 1. So if an array contains n number of elements, for sorting there is a need of n minus 1 iterations. Okay, and the maximum number of iterations. Okay, so we need to complete up to n minus 1 iterations, whether they may be in sorted order or not. Suppose this is an example. When we completed second iteration, the list already in sorted order, you know, by seeing it, but the computer doesn't know, so it must be complete 4 iterations. If n contains 5 elements, it complete 4 iterations. If n contains 10 elements, it must be complete 9 iterations. So if an array contains n number of elements, there is a need of n minus 1 iterations. Okay, so at last the elements are in sorted order, ascending order. This is called ascending order: 2, 10, 12, 15, 20. Okay, right. See selection sort, this is algorithm. Selection sort array comma size, repeat size minus 1 times. Already I told you n minus 1 times. Like size means n, it repeats up to n minus 1 times. Select the first unsorted element as the smallest element for each of the unsorted elements. If element less than current minimum, set element as a new minimum. Swap minimum with the first unsorted position and the selection sort. Okay, this is algorithm for selection sort. And then go with the complexity. First iteration n minus 1 times, second iteration n minus 2 times, third iteration n minus 3 times, up to last iteration 1 time. Number of comparisons are n minus 1 plus n minus 2 plus n minus 3 up to 1. So n into, we can write it as n into n minus 1 by 2 nearly equals to n square. We can write it as order of complexity is equal to order of n square. Time complexity of selection sort is order of n square. Also we can analyze the complexity by simply observing the number of loops. There are 2 loops, so the complexity is n into n square, n into n, which is called n square. See here time complexities. I already told you in bubble sort we have 3 different types of complexities, time complexities: worst case, best case, and average case. See, worst case means worst case complexity of selection sort is order of n square. That means worst case, how can we say worst case means, suppose the list is in ascending order. Our aim is to arrange the elements in descending order. So there is a need of completely reverse. Then such situation is called worst case. One more time, the elements are in ascending order: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, our aim is to arrange those elements in reverse order: 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. So there is a need of complete reverse. So that situation is called worst case. If you want to sort the ascending order and the array is in descending order, then the worst case occurs. Next, best case means it occurs when an array is already sorted. Suppose the array is in sorted order. If you want to arrange those elements in sorted order, that is best case. I mean, average case means the array is in 50% of elements are in sorted order and 50% of elements are in unsorted order. Then that situation is called average case time complexity. If occurs when the elements of array are in jumbled order, mixing order, neither ascending or descending. Okay, that is average case. Okay, best case means the elements are almost in sorted order, then that is called best case time complexity. Average case means the elements are in jumbled or mixed, then that is called average case. Worst case means the elements are in reverse order, means our aim is to arrange them in ascending order, but the elements are in descending order. The time complexity of the selection sort is same in all cases. At every step you have to find the minimum element and put it in the right place. The minimum element is not known until end of the array is not reached. Space complexity is order of 1. because an extra variable temp is used. The selection sort is used when a small list is to be sorted. Cost of swapping does not matter. Checking of all the elements is compulsory. Cost of writing to memory matters, like in flash memory, as compared to order of n square bubble sort. These are the applications of selection sort. Okay.